starting. Stop broadcast. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to find the missing sides in similarity shapes. And I'm going to say in similar shapes. That's the proper English. And we'll be really fancy and say polygons. 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 You like that? Missing sides and similar polygons. Yes, you should be taking this note on page 12.
On the blank side, right?
On the blank side of page 12. So this is how to find the missing sides and similar polygons. So we already know, as a reminder, we're going to remember about that similar means proportional. So for example, if I know my scale factor equals 2, and I have these two triangles, if this is 2, well, 2 times 2 means this is 4. If this is 3, well, 3 times 2 means this is 6. And if this side is 4, the corresponding would have to be 8. So that's what you know already. You know how to use the scale factor. Now, truly, there's 2 different ways, technically 3, but I'll say 2 ways to set up proportions. Our main goal is we want to have our pre-images together, our images together, and we want to make sure that we match up our corresponding or matching sides. Those are our 2 main goals. So the first way is when we set up our proportion, the first fraction is our pre-image, and our second fraction is our image. The second way is when we set up our proportions, both of our numerators relate to our pre-image, and both of our denominators relate to our image. In which case, each of these would be our corresponding pieces. And I'll demonstrate this in a second. And each of these would be corresponding. So for example, to your best of your ability, draw 2 rectangles. One that's bigger than the other. On our first rectangle, this side will be 3. And its corresponding side in the larger rectangle will be 9. Now, some of you already in your head, I intentionally did an easy one, but some of you already in your head know what the missing side is. Exactly.
I don't know.
It's 15.
Are you 15?
But we're going to set up the proportions to show how to do it, because the main reason why we're doing an easier one is to show you the proportions.
I don't understand how it's 15.
We're going to do So here, for the pre-image, if I do this first way, I would do, well, my pre-image is 3 over 5. The 3 corresponds to the 9 in my image. So this is my pre, this is my image. The 5 corresponds with the x. And then back in the day, you learned cross multiplication. So 3x equals 5 times 9, maybe 6th grade. 3x equals 45. Divide both sides by 3, and you got x equals 15. That's the first way. If you did it the second way, you still are setting up your proportions, but this time the pre-image would be the numerator. So we would have 3 here and 5 here. The 3 corresponds with the 9. The 5 corresponds with the x. And then you still cross multiply. 3x equals 9 times 5. 3x equals 45. Divide both sides by 3. and you get x equals 15.